it to achieve them or to have them. But the things which we do on a daily basis are the major determinants which determine either whether we are going to get to our dreams or we are going to get what we plan to get. So you find that what we do repeatedly on a daily basis are the main core issue which determine whether what we are going to get. So somebody who wants to get a certain amount of money to start doing something, well, if you have not been saving, it is literally impossible compared to somebody who has been progressively saving some money aside to get something started. So realize that your habits, all the things you do repeatedly on a daily basis, are the ones who determine what you're going to get tomorrow. So that one brings us to a term which is called emotional habits. Well, emotions are just like feelings, things which you do when you have a certain feeling or a certain emotion has evoked in you. So you find that one determine how you react, and how you react determine the action you take, and it becomes part of you. Do it repeatedly, and some emotions are helpful while others are unhelpful. So the unhelpful emotion will be like overthinking. Well, you find yourself just looped up in thoughts, like thinking is always either in the past or always in the future. But now you will be indecisive, you will be wasting a lot of time in the present. When you're supposed to act, you won't be able to act because you are overthinking. Will let you to waste a lot of time. And the other one would be ruminating, like dwelling on negative past regrets and failures. Like somebody is in present but is always regretting, I wish this didn't happen, I wish I didn't do this, I am not good enough, I tried and I failed. So ruminating is like you are just dwelling in the past mistakes and failures. And the other one would be procrastination. Yes, the time is now. When you need something to get started, you're like, you know what, it makes me feel uncomfortable, let me postpone a little bit, I will do it later. So you find you're turning to your phone, you're just finding way how you can dodge it. So all these are unhelpful emotional habits which when developed it becomes part of you, and they are unhelpful. And on the other side, the helpful emotional habits would be practicing of gratitude. Well, with practice of gratitude, it implies in life we always have good things and bad things going on at the same time, but you shift your focus from just looking at the negative and you focus on the positive. Well, that gives you the momentum, it makes you more optimistic and hopeful of good things. And the other positive or helpful emotional habit is positive self-talk. Well, you can imagine you are in wrong or you are in any problem and you start criticizing yourself. Well, with positive self-talk, you be kind and you encourage yourself in any situation. Imagine starting some work which is very hard. Of course, if you encourage yourself, if you support yourself, that inner conversation you have in your head, what, I can do this. Well, I'm not good enough, but I can improve. So inner positive talk or positive self-talk can be very helpful. And the other one would be emotional regulation. Well, emotions are the one which determine how we react in various situations. But with the moment you are able to regulate your emotion and react appropriately based on reality, not just on feelings, because you find most of the times we react based on how we feel and we ignore the reality, which is unhelpful to us. So with these full emotion, it can help you to get better. So somebody asks, is it possible to change or to regulate my emotion from being unhelpful to helpful emotion? Well, it is very possible, but it takes time, just as learning them also takes time. But the first and key component to changing your emotion would be awareness. Because you'd find if you had been doing something over and over for a long time it becomes like part of you, whereby even you know yourself, that is how I am. For me, I easily get irritated. For me, I easily get annoyed. For me, I'm overthinking. Well, if you are not aware, it is very hard to change. But the moment you become unaware, you know what? This one I just learned, or this was because of the experience which I had. Well, you can change emotion, but it takes time and it's always progressive. The moment you are aware, then you identify areas where you need to work on and change. Progressively, you can now adopt positive emotion, which in turn help you to improve your life. And you know what? With time, you can get to do, or you can get what you want.